Hey, the last time BYU played at Virginia was on September 2nd, 2000. Running back Brian McDonald scored 3 touchdowns in the Cougars' 38-35 thrilling come-from-behind overtime victory. And we welcome Brian to True Blue. It's good to see you.
It's nice to be here.
Does it feel like Virginia was so long ago?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that the last time BYU played them was when I played. So I'm glad they're able to get back there and to renew that rivalry once again.
In that game, looking back, you were getting annihilated in that first half. What happened at halftime to trigger such a difference in the second half?
We had great leaders on the team. We had Kalani Sitake, Brett Kiesel, right, Hans Olsen, and Hope that stood up in front of the team and spoke to us about how we needed to pull it together and to come together as a team. And that's what we did, and we were able to succeed in the second half.
Owen Potchman with the game-winning field goal. What an outstanding kicker he was.
Owen was really clutch. He was a clutch kicker throughout the whole year.
All right, so we go back to Virginia on Saturday. What do you think of this matchup?
It's going to be a good matchup. I know BYU is going to be ready, even though they're a little decimated in the secondary, but I know their offense is going to put up some points. You
have an interesting story that BYU returns to Virginia for the first time since that game, but you've already been back after your playing days. You convert to the church, you go on a mission to Virginia. Did they remember you from the 2000 game?
Yes. To say our meetings, I remember in the mission field, we went to our first meeting, my first area, and we walk in, and the bishop looks at me, looks at my name tag, and then leans over to his counselor and starts whispering. And I look at my companion, I'm like, what's going on? And then he said, "Are you Brian McDonald?" I was like, yes, sir. He said, "From BYU, the Virginia game?" And so we spoke about the Virginia game, the whole, that whole meeting. And I remember leaving and asking my companion, I was like, weren't we supposed to be talking about something else other than football?
Not back there.
Yeah, not back there. There's tons of Cougar fans and even Virginia fans. It was a good way to get inside doors and, talk about football and then also talk about the gospel. So it was a great experience for me.
So here comes another running back to Virginia that they haven't seen before in Jamal Williams. What do you think about Jamal? Where can he go with these next 3 years of football?
Jamal's a special player. He just has that. He has that great ability to make people miss. Has good vision. He can take it the distance anytime he has the ball in his hands. I'm expecting big things from him this year.
You finished with Lavelle Edwards last year, and then you had Gary Croton's first year, which was a complete change of offensive approach. Well, this year, here we go with Robert Anai in with a complete offensive change of approach from last year's team. How difficult was it for your offense to embrace the newness, and what do you expect with this group?
It was pretty difficult for us to be adapted to the new offense, but we were able to get it through spring and fall camp and kind of understand the vision of Coach Croton at that time. And then I expect the same thing from BYU. I know that they worked hard this spring and also in this fall camp with the offense, and I think it's going to showcase the stable of running backs that they have. They have some great running backs with Jamal Williams, Michael Elisa, and I think Adam Hanai is going to show people some really good things this year.
A quote from Elisa on this go fast, go hard approach. I think right now I'd probably be in good shape for any other offense, but our offense is a marathon runner's offense, and we got to be able to go and never slow down. In this kind of approach, it seems like the running backs really kind of rule in this offense.
Yeah, they're going to look to the running backs to carry the offense for a little while, and I think that they have a stable of running backs, and so for all of them are going to get the touches that they need, but I expect Williams to get the bulk of the touches.
Here's this core of running backs with Hine, as you mentioned, Paul Asike, and Williams, and Elisa. We're all curious to see if it really works Saturday at Virginia, but they do have a stable of running back maybe as loaded as they've had in years.
Yeah, the talent that they have at running back is, I haven't seen that talent here at BYU in years, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I think that this offense is going to be able to showcase some of their talents as running backs, and it's going to open it up. I expect Ross Oppo to have a breakout year and to create some mismatches, and I think he's really going to shine this year also.
Tell us what you've been doing these last few years.
I'm a program manager for a group home for troubled teens called Youth Care out in Draper, Utah, and so I work with troubled teens in the mental health field, and it's been exciting. I take some of the lessons that I've learned here at BYU through perseverance and dedication and really working and finishing the task at hand, and try to apply it to some of the kids that I work with there. And so it's a great experience for me to work with these youth, in some difficult times in their life, and try to help them succeed.
Well, we commend you for it.
Thanks.
And we're glad to have you here as we get ready to go back to Virginia.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game on Saturday.
Brian McDonald in with us here on True Blue.